Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Well, I guess today is Black Friday, and we got some black news today. Yeah, he's still black. Idris Elba may be joining the He-Man movie. This is courtesy of Gizmodo, and it's a little short article, but let's go into it. Per the Wrap, Elba's currently in talks to join the upcoming He-Man movie and take on the role of the mustachioed Duncan, aka Man at Arms. See, I knew when I saw that they said that he was going to be going to the He-Man movie, that he could only be Man at Arms, because he couldn't be King Randor because they've already hired a white Adam, so he couldn't be his father, and he just don't fit the role of Skeletor. So the only role left for him would be the only sort of, as close to the lead as you can possibly get without being He-Man, is Man at Arms. So we could get a Man at Arms. Now, in the general canon, the character is Prince Adam / He-Man's closest friend and advisor, one of the first to know the prince's dual identities, and eventually takes on the role of the chief inventor for the good guys. He's also father of Teela, Adam's friend / love interest, I guess, who also eventually becomes another member. Blah, 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 blah. Fighting for Castle Grayskull. Okay, so Amazon and Mattel have been trying and struggling to get the Masters movie off the ground for the past few years after they picked it up from Netflix. And while we know the film is being directed by Travis Knight and written by Chris Butler, there's been no mention of his actual plot. But I did read a plot synopsis a while back that I did not like, because they had it where Adam was from Earth and crash landed on Eternia, which is, I'm like, please don't do that. Don't do that. Because in the original show, Queen Marlena is from Earth, and she crash landed on Eternia. So Adam is half human, half Eternian, but it's from his mother's side. And I was just reading the He-Man Bible, the original He-Man Bible. Like, I should pull it up, but it has like scratches and rewrites all over it. And in that Bible, Marlena didn't just come on Earth by herself. She came with Evelyn, Beastman, and I can't remember his name, but the guy whose head, the guy with one eye. They all came in, like, I think Beastman was like a vet, and the guy with one eye was like an eye doctor, and Evelyn was a scientist. And when they crash landed, Marlena crash landed near King Randor's palace, whereas Evelyn, Beastman, and the guy, Triclops, that's his name, because his head will turn around and it will, he had 3 different faces, whatever. Triclops. They all landed near Snake Mountain. And when they landed near Snake Mountain, they kind of mutated and became what they became. Like, they were originally human, but they mutated into what they are, which is strange. But yeah, I said all that to say that's who's from Earth, not Adam. Still Elba marks the newest casting addition, which made some solid progress this summer when Bottoms Nicholas Galitzine landed the part of He-Man. I'm not happy with that. He's so scrawny. He does not, like, he can play Adam, but he can't play He-Man. Okay, not long after, Riverdale alum Camila Mendez signed on as Teela, and Allison Brie was announced as the witch Evelyn back in September. But who's playing Big Bad Skeletor. That too remains a mystery, but hopefully not for too much longer. Okay, so we're gonna back this back up to Tila, Camila Mendes, and I wish they would have casted Man-at-Arms first, because it's like, okay, we get it. Tila is Man-at-Arms' adopted daughter. Her mother is the sorceress, but also in the show, Tila's daddy is Fisto. Yes, Fisto. And Fisto is Man-at-Arms' brother. So Man-at-Arms is still her biological dad. I mean, her biological uncle. Like, she is still blood related to Duncan. So she should still at least be half black. I don't know who this sorceress is going to be, but Tila should still at least be half black. If Idris Elba is going to be Man-at-Arms, she should be partially black, because Man-at-Arms' brother should also be black. I don't know who this sorceress is. I don't know who they're going to get to play the sorceress, but they still have to. You have to get the sorceress. You have to get, King Randor, Queen Marlena, somebody who's going to voice Cringer / Battle Cat. Please, please, please. And do not bring in Orko. I hated that. I hated him. I hated him so hard. Please do not bring in Orko. Please leave him to the side. But if Amazon and Mattel has the power, Masters of the Universe will hit theaters on June 5th, 2026. Okay, so we got maybe a year and a half. But that's still a very short timeline, because a movie like this is going to have a lot of CGI. And you're going to need a long post for a movie like this. So June 5th, which June is my birthday month, so June 2026, we could be celebrating my birthday with a He-Man movie. Hopefully, if this goes well, we will be celebrating my birthday with I wouldn't wait till the end of the month. You never know how long things stays in theaters, but kicking off my birthday month with a He-Man movie. I'm going to hold off the negativity, although I was very negative when I first heard that synopsis, because scripts go through many rewrites and many changes, in just a short amount of time. And just from the time that I heard that synopsis until now, the script could have changed. So there's no telling what the script is going to end up being. So I'm going to go against my, original negativity, against the plot synopsis, against the cast He-Man, and hope against hope for this movie. It's I've seen many iterations of this movie. Like back when I was an intern at Silver Pictures had the rights to do He-Man, and I still own. Yes, I still have 2 scripts that was written at Silver Pictures for He-Man. I never finished reading them, but they had they have a whole wall where they would put their scripts up there, so I made sure I went up there and got myself some copies. But they had the one, and when the new version came, they had the second. So I still have those 2, and eventually I forget where it went after Silver Pictures, but eventually it got to Netflix. And then you had the guys from The Lost City, the Sandra Bullock movie, and I like the Sandra Bullock movie, so I was feeling kind of good when they had the movie, and was kind of okay with the person they had cast as He-Man. And then we get to Amazon, Amazon /MGM, and we get this dude. And I guess his most popular thing is he just did a movie with Lord, what's her name? Princess Diaries woman. Why can't I think of her name? But you know her. he just did a movie with her, and I think that was with Amazon. And the thing that these studios and production companies, they like to work with the same people over and over again. And I'm pretty sure it was Amazon who released that movie with him and Princess Diaries chick. So that's probably why they went ahead. I'm like, this dude needs to bulk up a lot. He needs to really, really bulk up. He needs to eat all the protein in the world. He needs to gain like 40 pounds in order for him to be a decent He-Man. Like my ideal He-Man is Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth's arms were so big in Thor Ragnarok, they had to CGI them smaller. Chris Hemsworth would have been the perfect He-Man, but he's already Thor, and Thor and He-Man is just too close together, and I could see him not wanting to do that. But he would have been perfect. He's blonde. He could play. He's really great at comedy. He would have been the perfect He-Man. So, and I really think they really should go with a separate actor for He-Man and Adam. Adam should be like, a late teen, early 20s character, and He-Man should be a man. Manly man. If you watch my video last week, you'll understand the type of manly man that I go for. We'll see if this happens. We'll see if Idris Elba actually signs up to become Man-at-Arms. That may inject a little excitement for me, because I was disappointed with the previous news. But we still have to see who's going to be Skeletor. I don't know who. Oh, who should be Skeletor? Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill could be Skeletor. I don't know if I believe like he should play him, like if he should do like James Earl Jones did and just be his voice. But if it was just based on voice alone, Mark Hamill would be an excellent Skeletor. But back to the lore of He-Man. I looked in the Bible to see if it was there, but I couldn't see the connection, because I know at some point down the line they connected Skeletor to King Randor and made him his brother. So Skeletor was once Keldor, the brother's king, and he did some shady things, and there was some acid and blah 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 blah. He became Skeletor. So, although I can't remember if I've seen that in the original He-Man Bible, by the time we get to, I think, the 2002 He-Man, he was once Keldor. So I wonder if they're also going to play up Skeletor as He-Man's uncle, which I think would be a great conflict, especially if He-Man doesn't know that Skeletor was, his uncle, and he just sort of discovered this as they go up against each other. I think that would be interesting. But so that's all for the news and speculating on what this movie could be, and the fact that we only have like a year and a half to go before this movie is supposed to be out in theaters, and they're not finished casting, so they're cutting it close. They're cutting it very close. So, but who knows? We'll see. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to remain positive and hope for the best. But let me know how you feel about Idris Elba being Man-at-Arms, and Tila being his adopted daughter / biological niece. And let me know how you feel about all of these things coming out about the Masters of the Universe movie, period, down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button to know the next time I upload or go live. Thanks.